I know you may be slightly stupid.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 Gordon Ramsay outbursts.
How dare you?
Why have you done this to us? Why have I what?
Where's the lamb sauce?
For this list, we're taking a look at the most savage on-camera moments across all of Gordo's many television series that made him lose his mind. Which of these outbursts is your favorite? Let us know in the comments. Number 20, the old bag, kitchen nightmares. Seeing Gordon berate a lowly restaurant owner is pretty common, but what you don't often see on Kitchen Nightmares is customers getting the same treatment.
Even I can cook better than that. That's horrible.
When Gordon revamps the menu at Campania, most of his guests seem quite pleased with the new fare.
This is absolutely unbelievable.
So it comes as a surprise when one table declares the food to be absolutely horrible and actually the worst food she's ever eaten.
Worst food I've ever eaten.
Really? Why don't you just take a seat?
Taking exception to that, Ramsay provides some insight into where these comments are actually coming from.
Madam, unfortunately, you're talking out your rear.
Oh, yeah? Damn right, don't watch your mouth, sir.
Oh, really?
I don't care.
But you're just walking around looking for trouble.
And throws in this jab for good measure.
Ladies, welcome. Good evening.
How are you?
So sorry about the old bag.
Someone tell this lady Gordon doesn't pull punches. Number 19, yes or no, kitchen nightmares. At Cafe 36, Gordon Ramsay has eaten the food, he's seen how it's cooked, he's seen how dinner service is carried out, and he's identified the problem. In the process of reaming out the restaurant's executive chef for his laziness, Gordon poses a simple question to the seemingly indifferent man. If he owned that business, would he be running it the same way?
If this was your restaurant, would you be freezing everything, portioning it, and then dropping in bowls of water to defrost it to recook it? Yes or no?
The owners watch, on the verge of tears, as they wait for an answer from the man they put their faith in to cook for the restaurant.
Embarrassing.
Whether it was the answer or the nonchalance he says it with, it's enough to make Chef Ramsay lose it.
That's why I'm pissed.
Number 18, Gordon versus Abby, kitchen nightmares.
Oh, this is gross down here.
Holy crap.
Look at that, lamb bones. Just dumped in there like that.
The British super chef has met his fair share of delusional owners throughout his cooking career, but one of his fiercest opponents was Down City owner Abby, who took stubbornness to new extremes.
Has nothing to do with me.
No.
Excuse me, what do you think I'm doing? I mean, I'm trying.
You're being This wasn't like this.
Hold on a
It wasn't
minute.
like this. I don't run a kitchen like
Hold on
this.
a minute.
As Ramsay tried to help her fix her failing restaurant, it became clear that Abby was not interested in his opinion.
You stuck-up precious little bitch. Let me tell you
Oh
something.
boy, here we go.
Their feud reached a boiling point when he discovered the horrific state of her food storage, leading to an all-out war of words where things got so heated that Chef Ramsay was actually tempted to just walk away from it all.
Want me to go?
I would love you to go.
Number 17, filthy rooms, hotel hell.
Let me ask you a question in front of your customers. Would you sleep on that?
No.
You ever check into a hotel room and tuck in for the night, only to be met with the sinking feeling that you're not sure how clean your sheets are? Gordon Ramsay hates that feeling, but not as much as he hates liars. And at the Lakeview Hotel, he found both.
And look at this. I mean, that is not clean.
That was just washed 1 week ago.
Gordon confronts the hotel owners with his discovery of years of accumulation of bodily fluids on the bedspread. And when all he gets are more excuses and half-assed explanations, that does it for him. He lets the owners have it and reads them the riot act in front of their customers.
I'd like to apologize. I'm appalled. I'm disgusted. I've had enough.
Number 16, ungrateful owner, hotel hell.
I look at that amazing stuff there, and I look at this pile of in here.
If you're drowning and someone throws you a life preserver, don't complain about having to swim for it. The Maison de Messila was tacky, drab, and when it came to the pool, downright gross. Gordon Ramsay and the Hotel Hell crew were asked for help, and they delivered with $150,000 in upgrades to the hotel. Alas, the owner decides that the upgrades are too much of a hassle, and the additional upkeep is just not worth her time.
Or, hey, what, we want to spend an hour putting things away every night and then bring them out every morning.
Gordon spells it out simply for her. If she wants, he's willing to take all his new stuff back and swap it with her old crap. Otherwise, she better not look a gift horse in the mouth.
Here's what I'm gonna do for you. In 15 minutes, I will clear all that furniture, okay, and I'll put it back in my van.
Number 15, no trust, Kitchen nightmares.
What is going on here? What's that?
It takes next-level incompetence to contaminate your entire inventory of stored food, and Gordon Ramsay managed to find himself someone with just those qualifications. Disgusted by the conditions at one Mexican restaurant, including a lump of fat masquerading as ground beef.
What's that?
That was ground beef.
Ground beef? Half of it's fat, you idiot.
And a bucket of cement in a refried beans mask.
What's that?
The bean.
Oh, how? It's like a cement mixer.
Chef Ramsay goes full-on ballistic. Not content with just calling out the lazy restaurateur in front of his staff,
I wouldn't trust you running a bar.
Ramsay also plays a gross-out round of show and tell with the establishment's hapless diners.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry, but we're stopping service.
Number 14, Red Mullet from Thailand, Ramsay's kitchen nightmares.
I had lunch with Nigel.
Yeah.
Sadly, very disappointing.
In which way?
Before he became a huge hit in the States, Gordon Ramsay was taking on terrible restaurants in the United Kingdom.
Nigel's joining me for lunch to discuss his so-called British menu. It's packed with 60 dishes from around the world.
One infamous restaurant visit was his stopover at the Granary, where the owner could barely control his business and was content in his little bubble, shuffling blame onto everyone else.
Why have you done this to us?
Why have I what?
Why did you do this to us tonight? We've never had a night like this, never.
That is, until Chef Ramsay broke said bubble by letting him know exactly where he'd been going wrong.
Red mullet frozen from Thailand.
As you can imagine, this didn't go down well at all, with the owner even attempting to shift the blame onto Gordon. Big mistake.
Why don't you open your eyes, get your head out your ass and try to look at your business objectively?
Number 13, they don't have to work here. Hotel hell. Above all other things, Gordon Ramsay appreciates hard work. So when he sees employees struggling to keep a hotel in business in spite of an owner who doesn't even pay them properly, it sets him off.
All I've heard since I've been here is that you're just blaming people. Well, I'm blaming you for not taking charge.
Things reach a boiling point when the owners are confronted, but the owner has a pretty straightforward solution to having unhappy employees. If they don't like it, they can leave.
No, they don't have to work here.
How dare you?
Seemingly on behalf of every underappreciated employee ever, Gordon Ramsay explodes and takes it upon himself to educate this boss in how leadership works.
Disrespectful, disgusting man. They don't have to work here. I don't think you realise how lucky you are.
Number 12, Gordon versus Amy and Sammy, Kitchen Nightmares. Ah yes, the infamous restaurant owners that pushed Gordon Ramsay too far. As per the usual formula of kitchen nightmares, our favorite course chef was dispatched to try and fix any culinary or business blunders that the owners were making.
Fine.
And we stand strong together.
Except it was a different story altogether with Amy and Sammy. What do we mean?
Well, think that you can come in here and say these things. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous.
To put it bluntly, they were insane.
Do you have children?
Well, we have 3 little boys, but they're trapped inside cat bodies. Yeah.
Yeah, they're cats.
In denial about their food.
I have people tell me it's the best pizza that they've ever had in their life.
My pizza today was undercooked.
Screaming at customers.
You want to wait, you wait. You don't want to pay, what did you have?
Stealing tips from their servers.
Wow, $10 tip.
Yeah.
That's nice. For you?
Of course, yeah. Why not?
Do you think the girls deserve some tips tonight?
No, they get hourly.
The list goes on and on. All of this led Chef Ramsay to do something he had never done before. Give up.
Well, it's finally happened. After almost 100 kitchen nightmares, I've met 2 owners who I could not help.
Number 11, French Pig, Kitchen Nightmares. Stupid is as stupid does. However, it takes a very specific kind of arrogance when your business is failing and you can't seem to cook a darn thing right, and then to argue with someone who's telling you how to do it better.
I had one of the worst meals I've ever eaten. That's a matter of opinion.
Michelle, the owner and head chef of Secret Garden Restaurant, tries to deflect well-founded criticism by pointing the finger at Gordon Ramsay, and then refuses to adopt Gordon's new menu.
Gordon, your menu is not better than mine.
Finally, Gordon reaches a breaking point, takes off his chef's jacket, and lets loose on the French menace.
When you work like a pig, you pig!
Number 10, Get Some Meatballs, Kitchen Nightmares. Like many restaurateurs on this show, owner Nino is in a state of denial.
So far, what I've tasted, I'm embarrassed.
That's too bad.
Gordon is not a fan of his mushy and bland food, which Nino dismisses as a matter of taste.
The meatballs, soggy, bland, and just hideous with the salty marinara sauce.
It's a matter of taste.
Say that again?
Then Ramsay jokes that Nino is scared to tell the chefs the bad news, a remark that Nino takes a little too seriously.
Can you have a word with the chef? I know you're scared of them, but ask him.
I'm not scared of them, and I'm not scared of you.
Things get a bit awkward as nearby customers start to notice the argument heating up.
Are you gonna let me continue eat, or do you want to fight? Like confrontation?
Luckily, Nino keeps his hands to himself, but he pays the price of confronting Gordon, who tells him it's time to man up.
If you find the balls to go and ask your chef when he made the meatballs, it'd be greatly appreciative.
Why do people ever think it's a good idea to argue with Gordon Ramsay? Number 9. What time is it? Kitchen nightmares. Nothing gets under Gordon's skin like a bad excuse. When this arrogant owner is asked why his restaurant has been neglected for years, he responds by saying that they lack the necessary resources. Gordon isn't buying that, judging from the expensive-looking timepiece on Peter's arm.
But right now, we're not in a situation, money-wise, to fix it.
Wait, what's the time?
As a staff member looks on in absolute delight, Ramsay calmly explains why this hot-headed owner is slowly bleeding the business dry with his discounts to friends and family.
Walking around this place with a bowl of food in your hand, eating away.
A clear enough message, but this Tony Soprano wannabe just isn't getting it.
What's the problem? What's the problem? You! That's where I'm starting.
Excuse me?
Looking back, we're glad this one didn't come to blows.
I hate you, bag. Get the face!
Number 8. The Lying Chef. Kitchen Nightmares.
I don't know when you think you should be taking out containers and sort of cleaning out your fridge from time to time.
If Gordon Ramsay tells you your food is garbage, it's because your food is garbage. But for some reason, this lying chef became defensive and got in Ramsay's face about it.
You haven't got the balls to step up to the f***ing plate.
Here's this me stepping up to the f***ing plate.
That's enough to make an entry on our list. But this story is just getting started. When Gordon takes an in-depth look at the kitchen, it's not bad. It's a disaster, and it's enough to make him vomit.
How old are they?
I don't know.
After all that, this chef still has the balls to call Chef Ramsay an a-hole. Ramsay may not have come to embarrass the lying chef, but that doesn't stop him from spelling out the man's incompetence in plain English.
I didn't come in here to humiliate you, but how dare you serve me food from this disgusting fridge and stand there and call me an arsehole.
Number 7. Grandma Ramsay. Kitchen Nightmares.
Just when you think it couldn't get any worse.
From the moment Gordon Ramsay walked in, the writing was on the very pink wall that this restaurant was going down in flames.
What's going on with the colour? Somebody colourblind?
Yeah, actually, I am.
Clue number 1. The owners of Miami, Florida's Fleming, a place that supposedly specialized in Danish cuisine, had no connection to Denmark.
So, the chef's Danish?
No,
he's
Chef is
Cuban.
But worse yet, the poor practices in the kitchen in terms of storage, preparation, and overall cleanliness left much to be desired, to the point where Chef Ramsay was forced to take half-eaten plates of food away from customers for fear they'd be poisoned.
Stop the kitchen, everybody! I need all the ducks off the table and stop them eating it.
In fact, some of the food later came out in such a terrible condition that the chef stated that his deceased grandma could do better.
My gran could do better, and she's dead.
Number 6. Gordon versus Joseph. Hell's Kitchen.
I know you may be slightly stupid. First nominee and why?
One of the most infamous contestants in Hell's Kitchen history, Joseph had an attitude problem, and that was evident from the get-go.
Listen, you chippy idiot. I asked for one nominee and why. Plain English. And you're mouthing off and you couldn't answer me.
After failing to answer Ramsay's fairly straightforward question and rambling on about who is and isn't a bitch,
I ain't no bitch, chef.
Joseph can't take the humiliation and actually tries to throw down with the chef.
Let's go step outside.
While he doesn't let the situation come to any actual blows, Chef Ramsay is too busy being confused to be fazed, which is just as well for Chef Goodfella, because it's pretty clear that he would get his ass handed to him.
You got no respect.
No respect.
Now get out.
Number 5. Pretend Chef. Kitchen Nightmares.
Fine, but I am not here to show an idiot you can't put f***ing raw onions in an onion soup.
You may have thought the last chef was bad, but that's because we haven't introduced you to this restaurant owner yet. The owner of Mill Street Bistro is condescending to his customers, abusive to his staff, and has somehow deluded himself into thinking he can cook. This two-part Kitchen Nightmares episode has plenty of blow-ups, given that the arrogant chef doesn't seem to know the difference between fresh and frozen food, or that you can't put raw onions in French onion soup.
Come here, you. Should we put raw onions in a caramelized onion soup? Tell him!
No.
Thank you.
Their biggest fight happened when Chef Ramsay confronted the owner about his disappointing lunch, and had to spell it out for him. The delusional owner still didn't get it though, and the episode was just heating up.
Let me tell you something. You're not a fine dining bistro. You're a small man with a fake bistro.
Number 4. Look, look, look. Hell's Kitchen.
For the 8th time, can I have one f***ing scallop?
This one isn't so much an insult as it is the death of Chef Ramsay's fragile and curse-fueled sanity. During the dinner service, contestant Melinda has to cook the same pasta dish 9 times, tossing out a whole lot of food along the way.
Oh my God. Why'd you throw that away, Melinda?
Upon discovering that she had trashed an exceedingly large amount of capellini, that is, all the capellini ever,
Who's putting all this in the bin? How many portions are you putting in there?
both Gordon Ramsay's voice and his poor, lightly battered mind shatter, crack, and split right before our very eyes.
Look! Look!
And every second of it is hysterical. It's beyond us how he managed to not walk out then and there.
You're making me mad!
Yes, chef.
Number 3. Gordon versus Giovanni. Hell's Kitchen.
What is that?
Giovanni's best.
Hey, Ben.
Pressure in the kitchen can make even the most experienced contestant crack. However, under no circumstances does that mean that you should attempt to talk back to Chef Ramsay, because you will not like the consequences.
Your special has now become not very special.
After being humiliated and given the charming title of Dick Face by the chef, Season 5's Giovanni decides to snap back.
But I'm not the space chef.
Yeah, say that again.
The unfortunate result is that Gordon Ramsay quite literally explodes in his face.
Look at me in the eyes! Not as best as I am! Donkey!
No.
Kudos to Giovanni for keeping his cool and not curling up in a ball on the floor during this rant fest. We're not sure we could handle Gordon Ramsay that angry and that close. This remains one of the most eruptive outbursts to date, and one unlikely to be forgotten, especially by Giovanni.
This is not personal, this is professional!
Number 2. Never cooked a mussel. Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares.
I'm just amazed you've never cooked a mussel.
I haven't.
It takes balls to go toe-to-toe with Ramsay when he's fired up. Maybe it was the humiliation, or maybe this chef had just finally lost his mind. But when Gordon Ramsay calls him out for having never cooked a mussel, the whole kitchen goes up in flames.
Finish it then.
Finish what?
What are you about to
Are
say?
you? What am I about to say?
Yelling, imitations, insults, condescension, guttural noises, this fight has it all.
Yeah?
What's really amazing is that after the dust is settled, the person most confused seems to be Gordon Ramsay himself. Well, at least the two chefs are on the same page.
What's all that about? Jesus Christ. Well, at least we broke the ice now anyway. We know where we stand.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You'll have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Where's the lamb sauce? Hell's Kitchen.
Come on, please, the duck! Foie gras!
There's nothing Gordon Ramsay hates more than being given a dish that's incomplete.
They just got all quiet! None of you are working as a team!
While the flustered blue team desperately struggles to assemble their garnish, Chef Ramsay continually demands the elusive sauce in a moment that has since become a highlight of the entire series.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Come on,
Where's the lamb sauce?
It's also worth mentioning the additional insult of donkey, which has become something of a recurring trend of Ramsay's.
Donkey!
Fat, useless sack, however, just hasn't caught on the same way. All in due time, Gordon.
Fat, useless sack of Yankee danky doodle.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.